Today we are checking out a finger tab made by Marksman Quivers. And there's a warthog down there at 35 metres. Full disclosure, I was sent this tab and a couple of different faces to try out by Mark, but he doesn't expect anything in return besides my honest feedback and a video talking about the tabs. I'd also like to point out that I am a paying customer and supporter of Marksman Quivers. I've got a quiver on my Black Widow, and I've also got an arm guard that I wear when I'm shooting one of my longbows. So I haven't reached out to Marksman to try and get some free stuff for the sake of promoting myself. It's just giving some exposure to a fantastic product by a good Aussie company, and hoping to help a lot of other people out there realise what a great product it is. You'll have to forgive how terrible I am with my longbow at the moment, even though I'm usually pretty terrible with it, but I figured I'd get it out just to give you a look at my Marksman arm guard, which I use every now and then when I'm shooting my longbow. I've had this tab now for several months, probably over 6 months actually, and I wanted to make sure I used it extensively both in the hunting scene and in the target scene before I gave my thoughts on it. Besides a lot of string time here at home, I've hunted with this tab a lot and I've taken a few animals with it. I've also used it a lot at my local archery club, so I'm very confident in saying that it's by far the best finger tab that I have ever used. This particular one is a 3-under tab, but they do come in a split finger version as well. I've shot this tab with a couple of different recurves of mine and a couple of different longbows. All of those ranging from somewhere around that 45-pound mark up to about the 65-pound mark. So I've given it as good a workout as I possibly could have in the space of time that I've had it. Being a customer of the Marksman products is very easy. The website is good to navigate. Some websites that you come across, they're a little bit ordinary, but the Marksman one is fantastic. Everything's laid out perfectly for you. It's got the different sections for the 3-under tabs, the split finger tabs, which have a spacer that goes between your fingers. You've got a few different colors to choose from. You've got different sizes to choose from, and you have different faces to choose from. Regular black leather to kangaroo leather and calf hair. And you can get those in either cut versions like what I've been using, so it's already been cut to size, or you can get the oversized ones that are uncut and you can cut it to fit the way you like to have your tab or fit your hand better. When you take your Marksman tab, or any Marksman product for that matter, out of the box, there are some QR codes that come on the packaging, and if you scan those with your phone, it'll actually take you to the YouTube videos that are embedded on the Marksman website to help you with things like getting the sizing right or adjusting the method of attachment. I've gone with the paracord, which I like the most, but they also come with shock cord or Velcro. And when you first get out of the box, it all looks a little bit overwhelming, but when you watch the videos, it's very clear. It shows you how to measure everything up and cut it so it's going to fit you just nice. The website has videos showing you how to measure your hand, and then there's a guide that shows you which measurements correspond with which size tab, so you can buy with confidence knowing it's going to fit you properly. I have to say, a lot of the Marksman products are priced fairly high because they're premium products, but I don't find these tabs particularly expensive for what you're getting. They cost 55 Australian dollars with the standard black leather face, and then upgrading the face to kangaroo leather or calf hair is anywhere between 10 and 15 Australian dollars. If we're talking about American dollars, because our dollar's fairly weak compared to the American dollar at the moment, the tab by itself will be 35 bucks with the black leather face, and then the upgrades are anywhere between $6 and $9 American. When I first looked at the website and saw the tab was $55, I thought, yeah, well, it's a reasonable amount of money, but it certainly looks better quality than any of the other tabs I have used in the past. I have to say that I've spent more money on premium American tabs, and they haven't been as good as this one. Even if it's just for the sake of making the investment in the entire tab itself, and then when you wear a face out, you can pay 12 Aussie bucks and get a new kangaroo face, and the tab's pretty well as good as new again. I'm going to run you through how to change the faces out on this tab if you're after a different feel or you wear something out and it needs replacing. I'll be honest, when I got the kangaroo leather and the calf hair in the mail, I thought it couldn't really be worth the bother of taking it apart to replace them over this, because I thought this was so good from the get-go. So I wouldn't say I thought it might have been a gimmick. I just didn't think I could be bothered necessarily to change them out, because this was so good and I didn't really think that these two would offer that much benefit. But after doing it many times now and seeing that it's a job that takes literally a couple of minutes, and feeling the difference with the kangaroo leather and the calf hair, I can say that it's definitely worth trying out some of those extra faces. You might be surprised with just how good they feel. First thing we need to do is just take out our method of securing the tab to our fingers. So my preference is for the paracord, but you can obviously go with the shock cord or the Velcro, whatever you like the most. Then we just need a Phillips head screwdriver, like what you can get on most multi-tools, to loosen up the back here. Take off the back piece. Take off this piece of rubber. Now, this is optional. The tabs come with it, but you can take it out and put some spacers in here if you prefer to have a lot more feel of your string on your fingers. I like to shoot bows over 60 pounds fairly frequently, so I like to have this extra bit of protection. You can muck around with it and see what you like the most. And then take off the kangaroo leather to put on the calf hair, because I'm going to shoot my ILF rig a little bit more, and I like the feel of that very clean release. Yeah, then you just line everything back up again. And then we just put the paracord back through. So you can see it doesn't take long, whether it be for replacing something that's worn out or wanting to give something different a try to see what you like the feel of. It's worthwhile, I find, and really not that much money after you've invested in the tab system itself. It's no disrespect to any other tabs, because I've used a variety of different tabs and gloves before and I've liked them all, and they've all been somewhere between that 35 Australian dollar mark up to about the 75 Australian dollar mark. So these are priced right in the middle, or at the top if you want to buy the tab and then get the calf hair or the kangaroo leather straight away. The black leather face I used within the first couple of weeks of getting it before I could have been bothered changing it out to the different faces, and if that's the only one that it came with, I would have been perfectly happy to pay my money on that and use that for years, no worries. After going to the kangaroo face, I found it smoother and maybe a little bit more supple, and when it wore in, it sort of took on a different character that the regular black leather didn't. And I'd have to say the kangaroo is probably my favourite. It's the one I've hunted with the most. The calf hair, I've used it a reasonable amount now, mainly with my lighter ILF rig, just to try and get as smooth a release as possible out at the club. I can't stress enough how much you should get on that Marksman Quivers website. I'll leave a link in the description, and have a really good look and watch all the videos, or even just go to the YouTube channel and watch the videos they've got there. Everything's laid out so no stone is left unturned. Might seem a little bit overwhelming at first, but just spend the time, and once you've got everything set up, it's done and you can go and shoot and enjoy yourself. Everything that I have bought or owned from Marksman Quivers has been of the highest quality. I'm exceptionally proud to own the gear. I'm stoked that Mark reached out to me and asked me to try the tab, because I feel like it's actually allowed me to shoot with a bit more confidence and improved my shooting a little bit. Get on the website and have a look. They've got a great YouTube channel. They're very active on Instagram. Any questions you have, reach out and ask them, and they'll be glad to help you, I'm sure. And yeah, get yourselves one of these tabs. Cheers.